thank everybody for coming tonight. This is Global Real Estate Education Network Green. A couple of new faces that I haven't met. My name is Steve Chasen, and Mark and I are co-founders of the company. Mark Rivera, my esteemed partner there. What we do here, we have a real estate investor club meeting and talk about ideas, do some networking. We've got some pretty prolific individuals that I know have a large depth of experience in real estate here, and might have a couple more coming. But tonight, I'd like to welcome Brandon Patrick. Brandon runs a social media company, and he used to work with me at RE/MAX. He's a broker, has sold lots and lots of real estate. I don't know how much. Trained lots and lots of agents, and we've got a background and a history that's similar in investment and also in sharing ideas. We share a lot of that same sort of history. Brandon's a great teacher and enjoys sharing his knowledge with people, which is what Green's about. For those of you who have not been here or are not quite familiar with what we do, we are an education company. These meetings will always be free and open to the public. We do have an online learning management system, and it's part of a network marketing business opportunity. We'll talk about that at the end of the evening. It is something that you could potentially make a lot of money with, but we just want to share this space and have everyone come up and network together, trade cards, talk business, maybe do some partnerships on some deals. We've made a couple of connections so far and keep growing our network through. So, with no further ado, Mr. Brandon Patrick.
All right. How's it going, guys? Good. I'm glad to be here. I'll tell you what, Steve and I, we've known each other ever since Steve got into real estate, and that's about 15 years. You've been
about right. About 16 now.
16 years, which is crazy. And I remember when Steve, he would come in, he was guy loved lift weights and stuff, and so he was always doing something. But whenever he called me yesterday, he said, Brandon, he said, you need to come out here and see what we're doing. And I said, okay, because I knew that Steve had been bouncing this idea with Mark for several years. And so I came out here, and I was like, man, this is great. You know, as far as what's going on, the networking, just the overall camaraderie of the group. And I told Steve, I said, you know what, anything that you're doing, I'm going to be a part of, because I know Steve knows how to make money. He knows how to turn properties.
He does.
So that guy right there, anything that he's involved in, I'm going to do. So I'm just telling you that right up front. You know, today we're going to be talking about social media mistakes that you need to avoid whenever you're online. Does everybody have their phone?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let's do something. Everybody's got a Facebook account, right?
Yes.
Go to your Facebook account. I'm going to show you how to multiply what's going on. Okay, go to your Facebook account, go to you, and you see where it's like if you wanted to post something where it says, what's on your mind? And it says live. We're fixing to do a live video, every one of us. So click live. See where it says describe your live video? Screen probably looks like this. You know you can actually do landscape now with the Facebook Live. So let's put in where we're at right now.
It's me. Oh. I thought you pushed the other way.
I want you to put in learning investments at Green. Okay, exclamation point, which is good. Okay, now you're going to see a little button right here that says Go Live. And guys, this is huge. This is something that you're going to be able to do whenever you leave here. There's no reason why you'll never be able to do a Facebook Live video. Because if we're sitting there looking at doing investment properties, you come across a property real fast, you're wanting to flip it, you're wanting to get a buyer for it, this is the fastest way to do it. So let's go ahead and hit Go Live. Everybody hit Go Live. And look at this. Everybody look around, take your cameras, look around right there. Just take your camera out and start showing. Guys, we're here at Green, Global Real Estate Education Network here in Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm here with these investors. This is a huge group. Everybody, come on. Yay! Come on. Yeah. Guys, these are some serious people here in Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, we got people coming on. Is everybody starting to see that they've got people coming on? I've got 4. She's a social media guru. Starting to see more people come on. Thank you so much. But anyway, that's what we do. So now does everybody know how to do Facebook Live?
Well, yeah.
Has everybody got people on there watching you right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Tell everybody bye.
All right.
We want you here in our group every Wednesday at 7 o'clock here in Nolensville Road on the corner of Nolensville and Old Hickory. We are to the right of Lowe's. So I want everybody to be, if you're interested in investing, this is where you need to be. These guys right here, we have some monsters. We have some whales in this room right now. So these are the people you want to be around. Guys, everybody, hey, Lauren, awesome work. Keep it up, she says. Okay, guys, y'all be good. Bye-bye.
See ya.
There we go. Okay, now your video's ending. Okay, now do you see where it says post? Let's post that video out. And we're going to come back at the end of the presentation. We're going to see how many people have actually watched this. Guys, this is huge. Like I said, when you're sitting there looking at properties. Okay, today we're going to be talking about 15 mistakes that realtors make. And let's see here. There we go. And my name is Brandon Patrick. I'm the owner of Intervision Media Group. We're in Franklin, Tennessee, right over off of West McEwen. What I do, my passion is, what I believe in, is that anybody, and especially with real estate agents, with investors, whether you're a small one-man operation or you've got hundreds of people on staff, everybody deserves to have the right branding. They also deserve to have the right marketing, and they deserve to have the right tools to where they can compete with the big boys. Just to kind of give you a little bit of information about me, there's my company. We do social media marketing, we do web design, we do video graphics, and we also do video production. In the past, as Steve said, I was the broker for several different companies. I was a broker for Exit, actually had an Exit franchise. Remax was principal broker for there. Been in real estate about 22 years. Ran, if you guys remember, Home at the Mall back in the 90s, in the malls, the real estate kiosks. That was me and another guy that brought that up. And also been a principal broker for Keller Williams. Also started up a social media company called Hypercast. This was several years ago. Excellent program until they changed all the stuff on Google. So come on in. They're standing there wondering.
Come on.
Hey, we've been waiting.
Yay!
Welcome back.
How you doing?
Good.
Oh man.
Good.
Anywhere you want.
Yeah, have a seat. Well, Hypercast was one company. I also started up another company called Busy Agent Pro, and that was an all-in-one software for real estate agents. It was all-in-one CRM, contact relations manager. It had autoresponders. It had all you care for websites and so forth. And we really catered to the real estate market. One of the first things that I find, let's just get right into them. The very first thing, if you're on social media, I don't know if you guys, I know sometimes I'm actually somebody that does this, but one of the ways that you can get people to turn off of you fast. Have you ever noticed somebody that gets on there and they're a know-it-all, that they know everything better than you do? They sit there, they're impersonal, maybe they're Steve. Steve's like, no, but their posts are always about them. It's never about what they're doing. It's always about how great they are. Of course, if our lives were as good as everybody thinks it is on Facebook, we would be awesome. But as we know, it's not. Being arrogant on Facebook, just be somebody, because what's our whole goal for social media? Social media marketing, what we want to do is we want to go on there, we're increasing our base of people that we can potentially do business with. A lot of people, they go on, they think that Facebook is really for friendships, things like that. And it's not. Mark Zuckerberg created it for advertising. and it's one of the best ways to advertise that you'll ever find for your dollar. You can sit there. If I wanted to say I want to talk, I want only my ads to go to people that are interested in investments. And investments 50 miles from Nashville, I only want to target women, or I only want to target men, and I only want to target people that are between 25 and 50 years old. You can do that through Facebook marketing. So it's very, very big. The second thing, and sometimes I'm, like I said, I see a lot of people put inappropriate comments. How many times do you ever see people and it's like, man, where did they come up with that? And stuff. Yeah. And I sit there and pretty much what happens is if you're in sales and you're putting on there, just crazy stuff, and I'm guilty of political stuff, I'll be honest with you.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even go there.
Well, I'm going to tell you what happens. I'm ostracizing 50% of the market that I could be selling to whenever I'm sitting there, posting my viewpoints. Because, then people are unfriending me, they're unfollowing me, they're doing stuff like that. But yeah, stay away from doing inappropriate comments, Greg. I went to high school with Greg. Greg and I graduated together.
And he I know you feel for me, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he unfriended me too. I somehow got him to come here. Publishing about your business too often. How many times you go into Facebook and you see people, they won't sit there and put anything, it's like just sold $1 million house, just sold a $10 million house yesterday. I'm closing on one today. Well, instead of doing that, we've got to be relatable too on social media. We can't always be posting about business. Post about your family. Post about maybe being at a Predators game. Post about, looking forward to watching the Super Bowl this weekend. And how many of
Unless it's your business site.
Unless it's, that's what I was about to say.
Okay.
How many of you have a business site? Okay, so we've got 3-4 people. So for the rest of us there, you have a personal site, correct? One of the things that I found out that's really can affect you, if you're posting business on your personal site, Facebook can actually take down your personal site. So when you're seeing agents or whoever doing social media and they're posting business stuff, if somebody complained about them, they can actually get their Facebook banned. So the best thing to do is to start up a business page. The embellishing your listings, who does that? It's the houses are always 10 times better than what they were. Post real stuff on there. One of the best things that you can do is go in, do a Facebook Live video. I did one for an agent back about 2 weeks ago, and she had some serious hits on it. But always have your camera. One of the best that I've seen on this is Jay Nelson. I don't know if you guys know
just
Jay.
watching one of his.
Man, he's an animal. He is a beast when it comes to that. I mean, he's good. But, we're sitting there saying that you've sold 1,000 houses when you've really only sold about 900. People will eventually call you in the carpet on stuff. So social media, it's kind of hard to sit there and say things that's not true anymore. Oops, skipped one. Giving social media access to the wrong people. People, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll say, okay, my assistant, can take care of my Facebook. You don't want people that could potentially put in political stuff, could put in things about your business, or you don't want everybody having, your assistants having control of your Facebook page. That's something that you need to be doing yourself. That's a great example right there. I don't know if you guys ever saw that or not, but, you've got a guy sitting there licking the taco shells, then they throw it out on social media. So, things like that, you want to be very careful on who you give your business to. Posting only personal updates. I know all of us, we go in there and it's like, okay, somebody's sitting there posting their food. I don't really need to know what you're eating, but we see that, people are, it's all about them. So posting only about personal updates. You want to put your business stuff in. You want to have a very healthy, nice mix. Publishing too frequently or not publishing at all. Did you guys know that there's a certain time on Facebook that you will get your most hits? As it shows right there, it's between 1 and 4 p.m. If you really want to get the most traffic, post right at those times. But knowing, it's a lot of times people sit there and they'll post 1 or 2 times and then they won't hit their Facebook again for weeks. And so what you want to do is you want to have people continuing to come back to the site. Not posting new or original content. Don't be boring on Facebook. I mean, like I said, not everybody can be, as exciting as Jay Nelson or folks like that. But, be yourself on there. Talk about what's going on, but don't continue to sit there and just not post and then infrequently go on. I love this one. Post clever Facebook status, no comments or likes. Not using images. Did you guys know that, because we're going to go back and take a look at this in a second, but did you guys know that if you use images of houses, if you use videos, like how you guys now know how to do a Facebook Live, you get 86% better engagement on those posts if you're using pictures or you're using video. Paying people for likes. Did you guys know you can do that? You can go on to sites like Fiverr or so forth and pay for the leads, but Facebook knows that, and they know that as far as their logarithms, they know what's going on. So never pay people, to get 1,000 likes. People know if your Facebook is not being, real. They know by taking a look at the people. Sometimes, a lot of times, people will delete negative comments. And that's called engagement. Or they go on and they just totally rip somebody apart on Facebook. And if you do that, you're going to lose your customers. You're going to sit there and, lose things. Wait.
We got it.
Better late than never.
The traffic, that was a big red
Glad you're here.
Miles for 20 minutes.
But deleting, again, negative comments, you don't want to do that. Go in and answer the comments. Just sit there and say, I'm sorry that you feel that way about, the neighborhood, some of the great things that are happening. Bring back the positives that's going on. Again, engaging folks infrequently, not posting enough, not staying consistent. The whole goal on social media is to remain consistent. And don't just use Facebook, guys. One of the biggest problems that we have that you see is that people are just focusing on one social media platform. You've got Pinterest, Twitter. There's hundreds of different ones out there. These are the most popular. Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google. I mean, if you're sitting there only using one, not everybody's going to cater to LinkedIn, or they're not going to cater to Instagram. You want to sit there and push everything out. A lot of times people ask me, they say, well, how do you do that? And I'm going to show you how I do it. It's called Hootsuite. Write that down. Hootsuite. Hootsuite is huge because what I can do instead of sitting there posting, just to Facebook, I can sit there and put the same thing into my Hootsuite account. And then it'll publish out to Twitter, it'll publish out to Facebook, it'll publish out to Instagram, out to LinkedIn, things like that. It's huge. And plus schedule, do people know how to schedule their posts? Did you know that you can sit there and load up all the posts you want for the week and not have to sit there and continually post? You can sit there and load up all your posts. You can actually do it even without a Hootsuite account. You can do it inside Facebook and sit there and say, okay, I want this post to go out at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then you load everything up and then you don't have to touch your Facebook. So, if you're not doing that, that's a huge time saver. And last but not least, does anybody use Facebook? Do they do any business on there, such as boosting your links? You're doing, Wade?
It's been something I've been experimenting with last month.
Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of you know that on Facebook or certain things that when you put something out, less than 10% of people are seeing it. So that's pretty much what happens. Not everybody's seeing your stuff, but if you boost it, that's really where it gets good. See what I was talking about earlier, how I can target my market? You see there how many women are engaged, 53% of people, men 47% of the people. I can target on age. Last week I did a post for an attorney, and we were running a contest, run contests, things like that. But I did one for an attorney, and we got over 1,400 shares. You know how hard it is to get a share? That's tough. We got 1,400 shares. We had over 101,000 people that we reached.
Would you do a public hanging of the attorney?
No, man, this is my buddy.
How do you get
You know, the one thing that you find with attorneys is everybody needs them.
Or they all want to kill
They
them.
don't create much.
But but no, as far as
They come to the
they
creators and
go, I think we had a little bit over 1,200 likes. So again, if you're not utilizing the return on
1,200 shares.
what I do,
Yes.
you guys want to know what I did? Here's what we did. We sat there and said, we ran a contest. And we said the way that you're going to get into the contest and have the chance to win, we gave away seats to the Randy Travis tribute on February 8th.
Okay.
And so what we did is, and you have several winners, don't just make it to where there's just one winner. We had a jewelry store that gave away a $500 gift certificate. There's all kinds of different things. I mean, think about this. You could actually go to a store downstairs. They're begging for new business and say, hey, I'm running a special on, or I'm fixing to put out a Facebook post. I want to give away, would you consider giving away a free dessert for anybody that comes in? And of course, they're going to do that because they need the business. They're always looking for returning customers or new customers, rather. Wouldn't cost you a dime. Think about it. Think about Flipper
I'm going to
Magazine.
interject for you, just so you guys know, Brandon is, for you guys that just walked in, runs a social media marketing company in Franklin. He's going to be one of our instructors, and we are going to have weekly online masterminds for the people that are members of Green. So we're going to work with Brandon to help build professional social media plans and platforms for everyone's custom tailored individual business. You could be in real estate, or if you're a wholesaler, you're trying to build a database, get your properties out there to more people. If you're a mortgage professional, if you're Paul and you renovate 100 houses a year, whatever your profession is, and you're trying to build a brand around that, we're going to be working with Brandon, doing mastermind sessions in Green. Just wanted to interject.
I appreciate that.
And I know Brandon personally to be a man. He's creative, an idea guy, and you can bounce these things back and forth with him, and he'll help you come up with solutions. He's a solution finder.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, that's one of the things that's the benefit of being inside Green is to have, folks like these guys here doing hundreds of properties. Steve sold over 1,000 properties in his career. I mean, you don't get this kind of access to people by, just on an everyday basis. I mean, it's amazing the amount of people that I've got in here. Is there any questions? I'd love to answer any questions that you have on Facebook or Mark.
The business page of Facebook, does it have to be a page from your personal, or can you start one? I tried to start it just by itself, and of course it always links back to my page. I just want to try to separate the two.
Yes. And it's good to separate because maybe on Facebook, it's more personal. You want to separate the two. That's what I've always done for our clients is run your business separate than your personal page. And, but, as far as things go, you will find that you can get away with a lot more on a business account than you can on personal. So, as a matter of fact, boosting, things like that, that's really where you need to be doing your business. If you've got a rehab business, make yourself a fan page. Or I'll may not be more than happy to help you on that. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, careful, please.
Yes.
Okay. Other questions?
My first boost, I'm just looking at it, kind of curious about what it did. It was just kind of a general interest because I'm kind of rebuilding a brand in the market that I'm in. I was in a different market and moved into Mount Juliet and started doing more there. I was in Green Hills before. I got 34,000 impressions for $134.
Wow.
By boosting a post.
Wow. And did you get, because the whole thing is to get leads. That's our big thing. Did you get leads off of that?
And what I learned is that what they were doing was going to my Facebook page and then they would go to my website, but my website really wasn't set up to capture anything. So that's the next step. But it brought to my attention that there was a problem.
Yes.
I've got a really good relational website, but there's not anything that I've got to try to grab anybody there.
Did you know that you can actually put a form on your Facebook post? And so that way you can get it that way.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing setup. Like I said, the whole deal on Facebook is, is social media is to get leads. That's the big thing. This way. Anybody else?
Question.
Yes.
Like in terms of putting, a lot of information on your Facebook or Instagram or whatever, what do you think is fair to do? Because I don't post everything I do because I don't want to rub people the wrong way, like I'm bragging on.
Yeah.
What do you think is a good amount? Should it be one a day, and then some family stuff? Because I'm always positive on there, but I'm also conscious of not putting too much on there.
I post for our clients. We do 6 to 8 posts a day.
Okay.
And we mix it up. I like to put motivational quotes. I mean, because if you're sitting there just cramming business down people's throats, you're not going to be engaging to them. They're going to be, if you're always showing your, remodels, Polly, but you're not showing you hanging out, with your wife or right. Things like that.
No, Paulie does it. He knows everybody.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, that's, as far as what we do posts, we'll do some video, put out personal pictures, maybe having coffee with family, something like that. One of the things I did last week is my lunches were spent with Michael Burke, Coach Burke, great guy if you've ever met him. Had lunch with him. I had lunch with one of my attorney clients. I had lunch with Jay Nelson. And I had lunch with Scott Layden, which is an amazing mortgage broker. Those were the kind of lunches, so I built a collage. If you know how to do that in Pixlr or things like that, built a collage of them and then put that out, and the engagement went out the roof because I had a lady, she said, how do I get into those kind of circles? Because I hashtag tight circles.
Yeah.
And I said, and I hit her back, I said, you just got to ask people to go to lunch. It's that simple. And she said, no, how do I get into your circle? Because she perceived that, but it was because
pay for lunch.
They were, pay for lunch. And they were like,
I saw that.
I always end up taking the tab anyway.
Yeah, I know it. I resemble that sometimes. But yeah, I mean, just having, lunch, yesterday hanging out with Steve and Mark and stuff, and Greg. Greg is like I said, phenomenal friend, ex-Penn State football player.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I would do. I mean, just keep it a mix, keep it light, throw some videos on there. Let's do this. Everybody got their phone, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to what we just posted. Let's see how many people actually liked it. Okay, go to where your picture is. I'm going to tell you how many people went out. While we were talking, I had 31 views. How many did you have, Polly?
31.
31. Who else?
15.
15. Greg, how much did you have? 18. So see what we're doing here. What about you, Wade?
Haven't found it yet. I've got multiple business pages and personal pages. I'm trying to get back to where I've actually saw the post again.
Larry, did you get any look? No. Okay, good deal. So we put out on a short post like that, we had well over 100 people hit that post. And there'll be more. But, what I'm doing here is I'm creating excitement. It's like, why are all these people meeting at 7 o'clock at night for an investment meeting? You don't think that people are sitting there thinking, man, I got to get there. So other questions?
It's a powerful tool.
That's huge, man.
It really is. It's unbelievable. I believe it or not, I got on I didn't even know what Facebook was and all that 6 years ago. I know it was newer then, but one of my coaches was like, what are you talking? You're not Googleable. What the hell are you doing here? Yeah. And it's amazing what it does. It gets me leads, clients, deals, whatever.
It just seems to me. Now we had a girl last week, and Brandon, this was before, since we just came on. She talked about Instagram. She was younger, millennial generation, and she said that the millennials like Instagram a little bit more.
I heard that.
But this generation, there's a lot of money in this room right now.
Huge.
They tend to be on Facebook.
They do.
And two things that I've noticed, and if you could comment on it. I've actually noticed a lot of business transacting just in conversation. Mm-hmm. When you talk about, hey, I need this, or hey, I need that, or do you have a recommendation for this, that people will seriously give referrals and transact business from Facebook. And then the other part, it seems like anyone who has a brand name that's attached to them as a person,
Mm-hmm.
that they're building their own name as a brand, that it seems like just getting out there and sharing your life. People want to like you,
Yeah.
and therefore if they like you, they're going to trust you, and then potentially they're going to work with you or buy from you or come join your company, or they're going to want to be involved with you because you're having fun, enjoying life, and they're going to want to be with people that they think alike, or you know, they want to run with that crowd. Just like you said, someone wants to get in your circle.
Well, it's like Wade and I, we've talked, you know, for a year on Facebook back and forth. This is the first time I've ever met Wade. And so, you know, I
This
put out
agent
there.
pros work for how far we go back.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, but we've never met. But think about how many times that you've actually talked to people. All I did last night is I put on there, you know, going to be at a real estate investors meeting tomorrow with big people. And all of a sudden people started hitting it. I mean, people wanted to know more. So
You messaged me. Did you do that as a group message somehow?
no, I just hit you up
Okay.
and stuff. But you know, as far as things go, that's, you know, first time we've even met. So, other questions?
As far as leads go, the issue that I've had when I've got good at lead creation, or I've done an ad or paid for lead creation, is I've created my worst enemy because I ended up getting so much junk that I spent so much time chasing my tail. The good ones, by the time I got to them, had fallen through. So, funneling or filtering? You got any advice on that?
Funneling, well, you know, pretty much what you're doing there is you're doing it on Facebook Boost. Has anybody else boosted their ads? It's huge. Like I said, as you see here, you can actually funnel and cater to the crowd that you're looking for. You know, you could go a mix of men and women. You could go only, you know, want to go out to people that are 30 plus years old and they're interested in rehabbing a house. You could, I mean, there's just so many different things that you can do. But the whole thing is on Facebook, on any type of social media marketing, you don't want to put out there things that are open. You want to put out open-ended questions, not yes and no things. You know, this sounds crazy. What's your favorite pair of shoes? You know, things like that to get people talking, because all you're trying to do is you're trying to get people sitting there talking, and it makes you more relational. And then eventually the whole goal is to sell. So that's it. Well, guys, if there's no other questions, then I am done, and I appreciate you guys listening. I had short notice today because like I said, I came in yesterday and I was like, man, this is a great thing. So, I mean, there are major people in this room right now, and, you know, it's just only going to get bigger. So, guys, I appreciate it, and I'll have another topic next week, and I just appreciate you guys for allowing me here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.